that we have the wonderful presenter come in. 2 years. 2. All right, and talk to us about the ways that we can immerse our learners, right? Our EBs, and then I even say our English speaking students, because it's all great strategies to help them understand and grow as scholars, right? So step 1, for our first step, teach scholars what to say when they don't know what to say. Because a lot of times I say, I don't know. Y'all remember the anchor charts we had to do that give them like sentence starters or prompts? So with that, with our exit tickets, it could actually help them with saying, all right, I will use NEWSELA by, and then explain. Then also it encourages them to participate even when they're unsure by giving them academic sentence frames, so they don't even have to think about it. If you give them a start, they can say, oh, well, let me plug it in, okay? Step 2, have scholars speak in complete sentences. Parents sharing will allow them to do that. So after they free write, get their thoughts down on paper, they can then engage with each other and use their complete sentences and share out if we have our class discussion. Because of the NEWSELA-based discussions that also includes speaking stems, it's front-loading them with the tools they need to be successful in their speaking and their writing. Step 3 was randomizing and rotating responses. Again, we can use think, parent, share. 6-word stories are an easy way to scaffold with equity sticks or call-outs. And I'm sure we've all seen the wheel of names. We can also use that too. Some teachers use popsicle sticks. So there are different fun, festive ways that we can randomize calling our students. Yes, sir? Oh, okay. Okay. In the discussions, we can rotate partners or prompts, so that connects back to the speed dating. In my early teaching, I used to put the desks in rows where one was in front of the other, and we used to use it for peer editing, where they would edit each other's papers, but for the sake of using NEWSELA in this way, they could talk like this, and you can tell them, move 3 desks down, move 1 desk, right? And so they're able to interact with different people and engage and really talk to each other, because I know you all experience this. Sometimes they'll just sit in class and just live. And you're like, y'all parent share? They're like, parent share, like, who? But when they're sitting like that, right, it's easier for them to engage in that way. Okay? All right, 4, use total response signals. Professors can practice using thumbs up, fist to 5, or partner checks with the article responses. With the goal setting, it can be modeled with visible participation cues. 5, using the frames and stems. It gives them what they need so that they can just basically plug in their verb and then their support, because we've given them the nouns and we're just plugging the verb and the adjectives and adverbs. And they look at me like, Ms. Vann, we're not doing no parts of speech. Bless their hearts, they don't know them anymore. So you got to reteach them the parts of speech. But when you give them the frames, that helps them to build on that learning, right? And so then we can make that specific to our particular content. Session models, sentence stems, professors can adapt directly into class discussions. Like I referenced earlier, NEWSELA is basically like our secretary, because it's already created those prompts and the quizzes for us. So there's no need to go and reinvent the wheel to create more or anything else. Pre-teaching vocabulary, and the power words can help us with that. So they have the power words before they read, and then they go on with their level of understanding. And then it also encourages us to front load academic terms. So there's really no excuse for them to say, I don't know, because you at least know a vocabulary word, right? And so let's go with it. Okay? All right, and then finally 7, with our structured conversations. Again, the different activity sheets that we have that we can build on, all encourage them to have their academic speak or academic vocabulary to be able to not only speak about it, write about it, but even understand and internalize it, right? So they won't say necessarily, oh, I forgot what I just read about. And then there's some bonus supports. These are the sources that I pulled to create the presentation. So if you feel like you want to go back and like dig deeper into it, the links are there. NEWSELA has a YouTube page where if you feel like you need to go back to revisit anything, they have like 3 or 4 or 5 minute little videos that go over it. It's an awesome class. So those of us who are auditory learners and we need to see it, it's all there for us. It's kinesthetic and you can just key on your keyboard. Y'all bought one of those keyboards that does a click, 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 clack, clack, clack. I'm so excited. Is anybody else in ASMR or listen to ASMR? Like, I found it as a tool because I get bad migraines, and ASMR just kind of helps my brain to relax, right? And it helps me feel better. But that click, click, clacking, I'm so excited. But it's all there, right? So you can subscribe, and I'm sure they'll be uploading more for us to use as a reference point. So I have a challenge. I threw down the gauntlet. Let's pick it up. So our challenge is, you're going to assign one NEWSELA article, use a strategy from today's session, and share the results with a colleague, which is what we'll be doing in PLC, right? Because we learn from each other, right? So I'm excited. So I can't wait to see what we come up with, especially from other content. So I'm excited about that. Okay? All right, so your exit ticket. You're going to consider your content, what you know about NEWSELA or what you learned about NEWSELA, and complete the sentence starter via the QR code on the thank you slide. So this is the last time I'll be benevolent. Thank you. So here's the QR code for NEWSELA takeaways, and that's your attendance and exit ticket. Remember, you're going to take the note catcher with you. That's for your wonderful reference point. And then the final quote: when students engage with real-world text, they engage with the world. Yay! So thank you all for your attention.